Hello there, Amanda here. Today I want to talk to you about our mid-year homeschool update. It's a little bit late, but that's because everything's kind of been pushed back a little bit. I've been only doing about one video every 2 weeks instead of, I was trying to do 2 videos a week. That's not happening. But our curriculum has kind of been all over the place, so the videos, life's kind of been all over the place. So it's a little more than halfway through the year, I guess. I'm not really keeping track of how many days exactly, but I'm pretty sure this could have happened like a month ago. But I've noticed a lot of people in the last week or two putting out their mid-year review, so that's kind of just why I'm doing it now too. Anyway, I want to say that I did a Q1 update and not much has changed since then. Through December and January, things really were just kind of hectic and I didn't get to everything, and we're trying to get back into the swing of things in February, but it's not happening entirely. Some things are kind of coming back, some things aren't. So the first thing that I'll probably always cover will be our language arts program. So we use the Good and the Beautiful's Language Arts Level 1. We are, let's see, we just did lesson 88 today out of 120 lessons. Let me see. I date the lessons sometimes so I can keep track of the lessons, and sometimes I don't. See, like lesson 35 we did in August. Lesson 58 is not dated. Anyway, like I said, there's 120 lessons in here, so we're actually doing pretty good. We're set to potentially finish in the next 2 months. We actually started this last year though, so we're not really flying through it, but that's just because every time that we do a lesson, we do one lesson. We're not really going slowly through it or anything. We're just moving through it when we have time to do a lesson, or on the days that we do a full day of class, we do it. On the days that we only do a portion of class, I make sure we get our language arts done. And then on the days that we don't do anything, we don't do anything. So I'm not too worried about it though, because we kind of just school whenever the time is right, and we don't really purposefully take off summers or spring break or anything. Sometimes stuff will come up and we do take off certain times that kind of go along with the public school schedule, but we don't do it on purpose. So we can definitely school in summer, and that's my plan actually, to school through summer this year. Language arts is actually the furthest that we're in to our curriculum anywhere, lesson 88. All right, next, math. We were doing, I've already mentioned this a couple times, we were doing the Good and the Beautiful's Math 2 from their old line of math that they discontinued last year. And I got this on sale when they did the big sale for their old discontinued math. It was a really good price, so I got it, and we were doing okay with it. It looks like our next lesson that we were going to do was lesson 30. So that's not too bad. That's like a quarter of the way through it, because there's probably 120 lessons as well. And we stopped. I talked to my daughter about math and about class in general, and she really puts up a fight every single time I say, let's do school, let's sit down and do our class, let's start with math, let's do language arts. Anytime I bring up anything to do with schooling, she fights me. And I'm trying to figure out what it is about it that she fights against. We've done class at a table, structured with, posters hung up and a whiteboard, and we've done class just at the dinner table and just hanging out. We do class on the floor, we do class outside, we do class on the couch. I've tried to switch it up and make it more comfortable for her. Sometimes we do structured class through our textbooks, and I read through the entire lesson and I follow every step. Sometimes we don't do that. I try to change it up to see what she prefers. She doesn't prefer any of it, actually. So I can't just let her continue to push it aside and say, well, I don't want to do this because of this. And then we change it. She says, well, I still don't want to do it, because she just doesn't want to, ever. Once we get into it, once we actually start doing it, she's fine with it. And I'll ask her immediately following, was that too hard? No. Did you like that? Yes. So then the next time I bring it up again and I say, okay, let's start something, and she's like, I don't want to do it. It's like, but you just said yesterday that it was okay and that you didn't have a problem with it and that you enjoyed it and all these things. So it's, every subject is an issue right now. I don't know if it's her age or something, stressful in her environment. I'm not sure. But this math was not working anymore. And it kind of hasn't been for a while. So we actually did start doing, I didn't bring it. We started doing raise arithmetic as well, sort of. I kind of just read off the equations to her and she just answered them. That's not working either anymore. She's noticed the pattern in the books, and it'll say, what's 4 plus 1? What's 4 plus 2? What's 4 plus 3? And she doesn't pay attention to the equation. She just knows that it's one number up from the last number she said. So she doesn't actually get to learn the equations and the answers. She just says, well, the last answer was 12, so this one must be 13, without really grasping what's being asked. So I don't think I like that approach either. So what I actually did was, we're doing Math 2 here. What I did was print out some lessons from the new Math 1, from the Good and the Beautiful. She did the old Math 1 last year, and she did fine. She got through it. There was no, there was nothing that she needed to recover, go over. She grasped it all, and we were able to move on. But I think that level 2 has been proving not too difficult, just too much work for her age. She's 6. However, she is ready, knowledge-wise, to do level 2 work. However, she doesn't fill out the answers too much because she doesn't like to write, because she's very young, and it's just a lot that is expected of her. She understands the concepts, and when we go over things in the lessons, she gets it and she can give me the answers, but she doesn't like it, and she doesn't like to actually do the work of putting the answers on the page. So I'm looking into something else, another thing, so stick around. I have ordered them. I'm waiting for them to come in. I'll do a haul. It'll be great. In the meantime, though, I'm kind of doing, I think what I might do is a little bit, I'm printing out, I said that I printed out some lessons from the new Math 1. When are we going to stop calling it new? Simply Good and Beautiful Math 1. Just so that we can check math off of our day, and we are still going over things that are important, but she's not struggling through it, and it doesn't feel like it's too out of reach for her. So what I actually just did was I printed out, these are free, the math that I'm talking about. I printed out the free Math 2, just the first unit of it. And I think what I might do is do a little bit of Math 1, a little bit of Math 2, a little bit of Math 1, a little bit of Math 2, just so that she is moving forward, because I don't think she needs to do all of Math 1 again this year. She did it last year, and it's not that she struggled through it or anything. It's just that I don't know that she's fully ready to just do Math 2 every day. So I think if I give her something a little more challenging one day, a little easier one day, a little more challenging, a little easier, then maybe we'll do okay. We are more than halfway through the year, and we're just getting started on that idea. So this year's been a little crazy with math. And I will go into more detail about that whenever I do the haul for the math that I'm waiting for. So stay tuned for that. All right. Those are the two most important things on our daily docket, I think. Math and language arts, get those out of the way. If we don't do anything else that day, that's okay. But that's what I've really been trying to make sure we get done, because then I can say, okay, I feel like we had enough that day. She's quite young, so we don't have to do a whole lot of other stuff. Anyway, this Copywork printable, I don't remember exactly how I came across this. I might have just looked up like free writing curriculum or something on Pinterest, who knows. But we had started this, and although, like I said, knowledge-wise, she's ready to be doing some of these things, but skill-wise, she's very young. She's kindergarten aged, and her handwriting is quite good, but she can't write more than a couple letters at a time. So I'm trying to help her strengthen those muscles. So I'm trying to give her very simple handwriting practice. So this, and her handwriting, I mean, let me see what she did today. We did this for a little bit, and then we completely stopped doing this for a while, and I just decided to try to incorporate it again. So you can see her handwriting's not bad. It's just, she complains, I don't want to write this. I don't want to fill it out. Can you do it? Can you put the answers? And sometimes I will, but I do think she needs to practice. And something else is, she doesn't like to color or draw or anything. She's not really into that. So I can't even, when we're doing those lessons where it's expected of her to narrate something or write a story or draw a picture, she won't write a story because she doesn't like to write. And I wouldn't expect her to, at her age anyways, put that much into words. But she also won't draw a picture. She has no interest in drawing pictures. She has no interest in coloring the pictures that are in the different books and stories. That's not like incentive for her like it is for some children. She doesn't care. She doesn't want to color. So I have to be more mindful, because before I would just be like, oh, well, if you get it in today, you get it in. If you don't, you don't. I have to purposefully try to give her opportunities to write or draw or color, because she won't do it on her own. And she did used to. So the next thing is history / geography and science. So this is going to be our next history unit. And we actually haven't started this at all, because we finished our last unit of history, and that's like right when we decided to take a break from anything that wasn't language arts and math. And then what I was doing like 2 days of history, 2 days of science, and then Fridays were open for whatever, nature, whatever. And coming back into trying to get on track, like I said, December and January were kind of just all over the place. Trying to get back into everything, I decided this unit that we're doing for science has been going on for so long, and we don't really need to focus on every single bit of it all the time, because it's always the same questions. It's very simple. Every once in a while there's some good information that I do want to give my daughter though. So I'll show you the book also that comes with it. So what we'll do is I'm going to just do the science until we're done with this unit. We're almost done. We have one chapter left, but each chapter is like divided into multiple lessons. So we just finished lesson 2, which is we just finished 2.4 and 2.5. So we're going to start on lesson 3, and there's 4 sections of lesson 3. So we'll probably finish that. Is today Monday? We'll probably finish that this week. Like I said, it's the same stuff over and over and over again. What do people need? What do plants and animals and humans need to survive? So it's the same answers to each question, basically. It's just kind of teaching you that plants and then humans and then animals all do need the same stuff. So my plan is to finish this unit, just do science every lesson, every day, until this is over, and then we'll go back into doing science and history each week, you know? So we are getting through this. We're almost finished. Our Winnie the Pooh curriculum. So this is a year in the 100-Acre Wood. I did buy this last minute for the year, knowing that we might not get to it all the time, but really, really wanting to. Well, when we took our break, I think we did the first 7 weeks of this. 7 weeks. And then we stopped because I started to get busy and it started to become harder for me to like print things out and cut things out and get those things prepared ahead of time for each lesson. And yeah, we don't have to do that. We could just read the stories and then like discuss it afterwards. But there's so much in here that's so good. I don't want to skip the extras just to get through it. So I'm waiting until I have some more time to get back into this. And our situation is ever changing. So I'm thinking there will be a day where this is like the front runner of everything. But right now it's just kind of, we're still taking a break from it. So that's like our regular curriculum for the week, for, you know, daily. And like I said, we're doing very little of it. We have been doing very little. We're doing more, but we're still not doing it all. But sometimes we do this, Brain Quest. So this, we go to a co-op once a week. And on the days that we do that, it's like a science nature thing. So we do that. And then on those days, we don't do class at home. We do that, and while we're there in nature, I bring this and we do a little bit of this. So I have it divided into 4 sections. We do like this, a 2-page spread from each section on Fridays. So we'll do these 2 pages from the like language arts type section, and then we'll do this for reading, which actually this was from the last reading. So we'll do this and then these 2 pages. So we do like the story and then all the questions that come with it for that section. And then for the math section, we do a 2-page spread. And then for the science and social studies section, we do a 2-page spread, unless of course something goes with the next thing. Yeah, this would be a 2-page spread. So we do that. So we cover 4 segments from this Brain Quest workbook on the days that we're not home and we're doing school outside of the house. Like I said, I've been busy. I'm the one that's causing us to not get to class regularly. And because of that, I am kind of just postponing class, you know. We're doing it, we're gonna pick up the slack and we're gonna do better. I am going to do better. Even if we're not sitting down reading from the books that I've purchased to go through, we're still getting lots of opportunities for education. That's our mid-year update. Things have not changed much. We're not really moving forward too quickly. That's okay. Like I said, I have some stuff coming in the mail, so I'll share that stuff with you, and I guess share our math story and our math journey when that video comes around. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching.